Member for Dauphin, Swan River, Marquette.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's obvious that the NDP economic model is basically the Greek economic model, and that model got Greece in such terrible difficulty. And only by adopting the policies of the Canadian Conservative government is Greece finally starting to work its way out of the terrible place that they were in. As I said in my previous comments, the NDP's proposals for all economic action is to spend, spend, spend. Does my honourable colleague think that a country can spend itself rich?
L'honourable Deputy Berthier-Maskinongé.
It's a question we hear quite often from the government, and I think you just posed that recently. It's, like I said in my speech, a budget is about choices. It's about being responsible. When we have 1.4 million Canadians unemployed, when I see youth of my generation not finding a job out of college and they're so heavily debted, these aren't good choices. In my riding, we have a lot of small and medium-sized businesses. I don't see any measures in this budget that'll help people in my riding or businesses in my riding. So that's why I'm voting against a budget like this. So, thank you.
Questions et commentaires. The honourable member for Winnipeg North.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to pick up on the member's comments in regards to credit unions. This is something in which we have raised. We've in question period and in speeches to try to draw more attention. The government says what can they do to improve things within the budget, and this is just one of many things that they could do. Let's realize the important role that our credit unions play, in particular for the smaller communities that maybe don't have the same access to banking. Another way of looking at it is the community. These smaller credit unions provide a great deal of competition, thereby ensuring at least that there is better service fees. They're still far, far too high within the banking industry or financial industry as a whole, but the bottom line is it is a healthy competition. But when we have enriched credit unions, and the credit unions play a phenomenal role in terms of just providing support for so many of the regions that are not getting the type of support they could get from the banking industry. And if she would want to expand upon her comments in regards to just how important those tax credits were for that industry.
L'honourable Deputy Berthier-Maskinongé.
Thank you. I'd like to thank my colleague for his question. Cooperatives are very important. Credit unions are very important. They're also very democratic. It's member-based, so you know that they take care of each other. In my riding, we have quite a few co-ops, and through what I learned with the being on the special committee for cooperatives is that they're based out of a need. They come together and they create jobs, and they're democratic, and they give back to the community. So these credit unions, when they make money, they just don't get richer. They don't give bonuses to the higher-ups. They give back to the community, and that's something that we need to encourage, and I think this is a good measure and a step in the right direction to kind of keep this credit. It's a simple step.